Thanks to that pain I kind of felt as a kid and growing up and the insecurity, I think it really led me on this path of feeling confident in myself and chasing this crazy acting industry because it's sort of like an escape for me. It allows me to be portray other characters and allows me to kind of be authentic and stand out from everybody else because there's not a lot of actors with Ninja Turtle hands.
I just watched this movie called Luckiest Girl Alive. Intense, crazy, such a well thought provoked film. You guys have to check it out. It's on Netflix. I'm talking to one of the actors in the movie, Alex Barone. How are you, man?
I'm doing excellent, Benny. Excellent. Really just happy to be here.
This movie was I knew this was going to be a dark film from seeing the trailer, but it was so intense, but it was so good at the same time. It stars Mila Kunis, and just for a little backstory for people who haven't seen it yet, can you talk about your character and what he's all about in this film?
Sure. My character is Dean Barton. So, for those of you who have read the novel, written by Jessica Knoll, it's like you said, a darker novel. It's deals with some heavy subject matter. Dean Barton is a character in it that appears to be very well known around the public. He's good. He's good with people. He's well liked. He's a big advocate of gun control and safety, and he uses his disability to as a motivational speaker and to kind of better himself. But with all that being said, he's got a dark past, and the film kind of surfaces that.
And so one of the stars of this film, Mila Kunis, I hear you were or are a huge fan of hers, especially from the film Black Swan. What was it like when well, first of all, what was it like when you found out that you got the role? And not only that you got the role, but you're going to be starring with, someone that you are such a huge fan of.
It was so surreal, Benny. It was as actors, the grind of auditioning and not hearing anything or getting so close to something and then not getting it. This is one of those things that it felt right. I had read the book prior to the audition, so I felt like I knew the character really well. They were seeking somebody with an authentic disability and they wanted to cast authentically. So having a disability myself, I was kind of able to incorporate that in my slate and into the character, which I think really worked for it, because they were very collaborative in the process of intertwining kind of my personal one as Alex Barone disability with Dean Barton's the characters. But yes, getting the part, surreal, the cast, the crew, everybody is just, it was a dream come true. It was the best time of my life doing it. And I'm thankful to be a part of such a big, thing that Jessica Knoll, the writer, wrote. So it hits close home to her. And I'm happy to be part of her story and see it come to life.
That's so awesome, man. I'm so happy for you because, like you said, as actors, you're always hearing no's, no's, no's. And so it's really cool that, not only did you get to work on an amazing film, but you, like I said, you got to work with a huge fan of yours. And you mentioned disabilities. Do you want to talk about your disability for people who don't know?
Yeah, I would love to. So I was born with fibular hemimelia. It's a condition. It's pretty rare. Means I was born without the fibula bone in one of my legs. So I have one leg that's a little skinnier than the other, as well as three fingers in both hands, like a Ninja Turtle. Is what I tell people. So because of the condition growing up, my hands have always been fine and strong and healthy. But my leg, because of the discrepancy in length when I was a kid, I had to have about 43 surgeries between the ages of 7 and 17 to get to where I am today. So now my legs are equal length. They're strong. I'm healthy. I'm able to do everything I want to do. And fitness is a big part of my life now because of it. But yeah, thanks to that pain I kind of felt as a kid and growing up and the insecurity, I think it really led me on this path of feeling confident in myself and chasing this crazy acting industry because it's sort of like an escape for me. It allows me to portray other characters, and allows me to kind of be authentic and stand out from everybody else, because there's not a lot of actors with Ninja Turtle hands.
I
So
love hearing that, man. And what's really cool is, and what I really respect about you is you kept on going. You didn't stop. You didn't give up. It's so easy in this industry to just throw in the towel and just say, you know what, I'm just going to do B, C, or D because it's easier. The door's already open for me, but you kept on going. And I also want to talk about you're also a mentor at Camp No Limits, and you pretty much teach these kids pretty much what I just said, the same thing.
yeah, absolutely. Camp No Limits is a youth camp for kids specifically with limb differences or limb loss, both congenital, like myself, meaning being born with it, or traumatic through an accident. It ranges ages from 3 all the way up to 19, or adults. The camp is just a regular summer camp, fun camp for kids, but we also offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, support groups, and it's the only camp where the whole family can come with the camper as well. So it's nice for the camper and the family to feel like there's others out there that are different like them, and to kind of just be a regular kid, but also know that they're not alone in the world. And what's really cool about the camp, and why it's such a big impact in my life, is because as an adult like myself, I get to be one of the mentors. That all the mentors have limb differences. So it's nice that the kids can look up to somebody as a role model, because there was no camp or organization like that when I was growing up. And I was always looking for other people, but never met anyone like myself. So it's really special to kind of be like the role model that I wish I had growing up.
Exactly. I'm sure the kids love having you around, and I'm sure they have something to brag about also. They're like, oh, my mentor just starred in this awesome movie. So
Yeah.
kudos to you. And
Thank you.
speaking of mentors, you got to also work with Mike Barker, the
Yep.
director.
Yep.
What was that like? Because I know he's behind some amazing content, The Handmaid's Tale. What was that like?
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale is incredible. He's a great director. He's just a super, everybody from Mike to the Mila to the cast to the crew, all the producers, everybody was so down to earth and passionate about this project that it really made it easy to, and that's what's kind of cool about a film. You have a little bit more time to be creative and be collaborative, and it's not like go, go, go. Um, so it was really nice. He's very, like I mentioned earlier, as far as my hands go, he really talked to me about how we're going to present that on camera, how we're going to work it into the character's backstory and everything. So it's just a very collaborative process, and he's a cool mate. He's a good dude.
I'm pretty sure you know this, but the film is #1 on Netflix, which
I
is
know. It's such a cool way to
crazy.
wake up today. I know. It's doing really well. Well, I think it hits close to home for a lot of people in a, not in a good way, but it hits home to a lot of people. And I think a lot of people can relate to it. And I hope it encourages a lot of people to speak up and share their story.
Were there any hard scenes to film? Since this is a pretty dark film, were there any harder scenes that you really needed to prepare yourself for?
For me personally, I mean, there was a character, Carson McCormick, or an actor who played the younger version of Dean Barton, my younger character. So I think a lot of the younger crew, when the film jumps back, past and present, the past really had to deal with most of the traumatic scenes and the dark, heavy, bigger scenes. So for me, my scenes with Milo were they were dark and shisty, but I don't think I needed to. I think we all have a manipulative side in a sense. So it wasn't like hard to get it into that, but no, I wasn't dealing with those heavy scenes. I know that they had some big meeting and they had therapy going into it, and
Right.
somebody on set to really help them process
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything, but that one scene with the kids in the school, and I was just wow.
I know,
It
yeah.
was a lot, but again, great movie. So I want to talk about this other project, Shirley, that's also going to be starring Regina King. So what is that going to be about?
Shirley with is stars Regina King, is directed by John Ridley. It's going to be about Shirley Chisholm, who was the first African American Congresswoman. A biopic movie. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
I
Who
don't
are you
know
going
when
to
it
be
comes
playing?
out, but I think early 2023 is what they're saying.
Okay. Who are you going to be playing in the film?
So I play a war veteran. It takes place kind of in the early to mid 60s, 1960s. Somebody who's speaking up post war. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I can say,
Okay.
but it ties into everything that was going on at that time and kind of what got Shirley on her path to becoming who she was.
I get it. I get it. Awesome. Well, I'm very excited for you, man. And what else are you working for? What can where, or when can fans expect to see you?
Thank you. Yeah, well, I have a little voiceover role in Mila Kunis's NFT show that she does with her husband Ashton Kutcher called Stoner Cats, which is really cool because I've recently got into the NFT and crypto world. So voicing a role in that, and then also I have another horror movie role coming up that I'm shooting in Louisiana this month, and working with my creative partner Kurt Yeager. He's from Sons of Anarchy. We're doing a show called Tommy and Bobby, which we wrote 140 3-minute episodes that we're putting out kind of slowly on our own. And it's just a silly series about two half brothers from Boston that drink beer in their mom's basement, and it's really fun. It's really fun. We had 100 beer sponsors ship us beer during the filming, so we know like a ton of random beer facts and everything about beer. But it's like Wayne's World set in Boston. I'm really excited for people to see that.
Wow. So I'm just gonna say it right here and right now, Alex. You're gonna be taking over Hollywood. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh man, I hope so. In a
You're gonna
good
be the
way. I
hit
hope to make
guy.
a difference. I think we need more like. Thank you for saying that, but I'm just happy to be me and not hide my hands, and hopefully more work comes where other people who are different or find the courage to keep chasing their dreams, and hopefully diversity keeps booming, baby. We need that.
Hey, I'm all here for it, man. I'm all
Yeah.
here for it. Alex, thank you so much for coming on. Any final words? Why should people tune in to watch this movie?
I think please tune in to watch Luckiest Girl Alive. Trigger warning: it's dark, it's heavy, it's a lot, and it might hit close to home for a lot of people. But it's important that people watch and share it because I think it'll encourage people to speak up that maybe haven't yet, and that's really important. So check it out. Lovely cast, lovely people behind the scenes who have made it happen, and really appreciate your support.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Alex. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Benny Adams, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Benny. Bye, everyone.